Hey y'all, welcome back to Deep Sky Farms and welcome to episode 2 of our new Mason County series. Thanks for coming back, thanks for being with us. Last episode we did a quick drive around, looked at some stuff, did a tour of the farm. Farms, multiple farms. Our farm is basically scattered across the map. So if you missed that, go check it out, it's in the playlist. Now, we talked about what we were going to do to set up this farm, what mods we were going to use, and what systems, and blah, blah, blah. One thing I forgot to mention is I'm not using precision farming on this one. My reasoning for that is if we're going to be creating our own fields, carving them out of the bush, I kind of want to have the option to fix up little mistakes here and there. And precision farming kind of makes that a pain in the neck. Also, I'm not 100% sure how it behaves with conservation agriculture. I know it works with it, I just don't know how it works. Also, I wanted to change. I use precision farming on everything. I want to change. We're going to play with vanilla farming, 2 fertilizer cycles, blah, blah, blah. So, here we are. We're not even noon on the first day. We've changed up to 2-day months. Our speed is 5. We're still here. We've just basically done our first half day here. And today is my favorite day. It's shopping day. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this thing. Don't get me wrong. Nice tractor. Really nice tractor. We don't need 300 horsepower here. We really don't. Actually, on one of my save games, I'm trucking around with a couple... Is that floating? Okay, it must be the John Deere Divinity package that you pay extra for. Floating off the ground. Anyway, on one of my test saves for this, I was getting away with 200 horsepower tractors, and I was working out just fine. The fields aren't that big. We're not going to be dragging the Seed Hawk around. If we need 300 horsepower, we won't need it right away. We'll get there. I want to start out with something smaller in order to have a sense of progression. And you saw how big that field was. They're all roughly that size until we get that back into the back 40 there. Right? That's our little baby field. That's one of the smaller ones. I've done this here, number 5, with a 200 horsepower tractor. I think 15 is our biggest one. This is a quarry in here. This is going to be cool. You'll see that. But yeah, I think our biggest field here is 15 at, 43. 16 acres, but that includes a lot of the forest on here. So that field itself is probably like 12 acres or so. So we don't need the Seed Hawk. We'll be fine. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going shopping. And we're going to go into, first we're going to check this. Is there anything in here? Yes, we will need that. Yes, we will need that. I have manure system turned on this one, and those are both bargoons. The spader, this will be used whenever we're cutting fields out of scratch. This is a pump for pumping stuff. And at, what is that, 40% off, that's a bargoon. So we're going to pick this up. And we're going to pick this up for later. Trust me, it's on a test save. Where is our stuff spawning? All right, our stuff is spawning at the store, so we don't want to do it all at once. I have store delivery enabled, but I don't want to do that. Holy crap, okay. Another bargoon, because we're going with Kubota on this mission. Okay, stop. Stop looking in there. So our medium tractor, our John Deere 6250R, Lovely tractor. $191,000. Cool. And our front loader tools, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of the Albert bucket. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with any of this. If you want to jump in and start playing, it's all good. See, we didn't actually own a mower. Or did we? No, we got the Kuhn. We'll sell that. Okay, so we've got a proper mower. We're up to $289,000. That pickup truck's going to go too. Pickup truck is going to go. Okay, so we're going to start. Or should we just sell everything? Let's just sell everything that we're going to replace, that we're going to get rid of. I'm not going to touch the forestry machines just yet. That's going to be its own separate thing. So we're going to sell the Brantner. I actually, in both of my saves, I didn't replace it. The Horse Joker, we don't have a disc harrow. It's a 4-meter unit, 140 horsepower. Okay, we're gonna sit on that for now. For our seeder, okay, and we're gonna sell that, and we're gonna sell the planter. And we're going to sell the Bredel. And we're going to sell this baler. Again, like I say, nothing wrong with any of this stuff. It's all good gear. And we're going to sell the Bachmann. Because that is something that it's a good trailer. It gets caught on the railroad tracks, and that's mighty scary. Okay, so this is what we've kept. We've kept our truck, our honey wagon. We've kept our logging truck. Kept our harvester. Nice harvester. Nothing wrong with that. We've kept these two things for now, but look at how much. There's like $500,000 tied up in these two machines. And we can do better than that and have them perform better too. Trailer, that we're going to keep for now. We're going to trade that out though. Header, disc harrow. We're going to keep that Joker for now because I'm not crazy about the Kubota Joker. So here we go. As I said, we're going to go with a Kubota build or a Kubota farm, or at least we're going to start with some Kubota. And we're up to $536,000 worth of equipment here, or $536,000 that we sold. Now. We're going to do the M6, and we're going to jack the horsepower up to 141 because we want to do a little bit deluxe on this tractor. Front loader, we're going to need a front loader. And we're going to take the Kubota one. We're going to do Michelin tires just because I like how they look, and we're going to need wheel weights on this thing. Now, on my previous build, I changed the 3-point for a stack of weights, and I'm sort of debating what I want to do on this one. And the reason I did that was because of that spader that we bought. It's mighty heavy. We have enough horsepower for it, but it's mighty heavy on the back end. I'm sort of leaning towards leaving the 3-point attacher on this to give us flexibility down the road. But on the other hand, you know what? It's only $5,000, and if we don't like it, if we find we need the weights on the front, we can put it on there. And this doesn't interfere with 3-point. Or, sorry, not the 3-point, the front loader. It means we don't have this guard on the front. So we'll just have to be careful not to run anything through our rad with it. But we're going to be doing mostly bale handling, which is why I put the weights on it. Notice we have the European tail end on this. I'll live with it. I'll be fine. Strangely, no beacons on this, but that's fine. So how much was that John Deere? way more than this. So this is going to be the backbone of our little empire here. Okay, now, next up, front loader. This one, it takes the smaller of the two Kubota ones. No options, but that's okay. And these here are for the New Holland that we might get into later. Front loader tools. We're going to need a bucket. The Kotek bucket, that has Terraform on it. I'm not going to do that just yet. It's a nice bucket. This is an edit one. Oh, it's adjustable. Okay. It's an edit one that comes with the map. But we are going to go with the quickie, and we're going to leave it as a front loader attacher. I just think it's a nice looking bucket. And for bale handling, no, we're not going to do that. I was thinking, oh, I should try one of the clamp style ones. And I always try one of the clamp style ones. And it always ends up going south on me. So we want 2 tines, 4 tines, 3 tines. 2 tines. We want the small frame front loader attacher with the big bag lifter on it. That comes in handy. And we're going to make these orange. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. I did it with 2 on the last one. We're going to do it with 4 on this one. Okay. Okay. So that brings us to our first sort of rule, I guess. Okay, so we're well ahead of our vehicles. We sold 250,000 and we bought 118, I think it was. Either 118 or 186. The first, quote, rule, unquote, subject to change. Bear in mind that this is supposed to be a fun playthrough. The goal of this playthrough is to have fun, not be, oh, we must stick to these roles. But the first thing that I want to do, see how big this thing is? This is why we needed the front weight. I should probably check and see. Let's set up our tractor. Yep, using vehicle control add-on. You've seen this before. I know some of you don't like it, but let's grab a weight and see if this is even going to work. Front weight. There's no Kubota front weights here. Let's grab the Agco 1100. Let's grab the, oh yeah, we're going to need one of these too for later on. And we're going to need to fix the orange on it, but whatever. This is insanely handy. It's these barrels are fillable with a whole bunch of stuff. So you can, in a pinch, substitute for a water wagon. But that was not even what I wanted. Although, also this tractor is not an automatic. Dude, we did get the 3-point on the front, right? All right. Just for funsies. In low range. Okay, that's not unreasonable. It's picking us up a little bit at the front. But to go with this, there is a subsoiler that clips onto the front of this for some reason. Although I don't know why you would run a subsoiler and a spader at the same time. If anybody knows why you would ever need that configuration, let me know down in the comments below. But this is pretty heavy. So I'll just show ya why I picked up that set of buckets, or set of barrels. It's on a 3-point mount. Okay, and then we're going to just EDC this. I just want to show you. We'll fill it with water. That balances things out. Okay, so while we have all this stuff attached, we're going to run this back up to our area. Is it a farm? I guess it's a farm. There's a tractor there. So we'll run this stuff up and start putting away. Even with that water in there, it's still mighty light on the front end. So that's kind of going to be our counterweight for hauling bales and running this thing. I wanted the spader because it's 3 meters. It's runs with the horsepower of our tractor, and when we get to cutting our fields out of the bush, it's going to be a good option. Yeah, let's start our cultivation setup over here. And I suppose if we got this, we might as well pick up the subsoiler too. Oh, a wrong one. So yeah, I guess the decision was kind of made for us on the mower. I got the 3-point in case I wanted to get the front mount mower. Still an option. And we're going to drop this here. But the Kubota disc mower was on sale. It's a good mower. It's a good mower. I've used it on a couple plays. It's all right. We still have $400,000 left. We don't want to spend all of our money on toys. We do want to keep... we're going to make the decision. Do we buy the fields near here, the other 2 fields? I guess that'll be dependent on what they have in them, right? Or do we buy the trailer park? Either one is a good option. Okay. All right. You know, one thing that I think about every so often is this map is what Silver Run Forest could have been. Silver Run was a good map. It was a good intro map. I learned a lot of stuff on Silver Run. I didn't like the curbs. That was the main thing on it. But as an intro game as an intro map to learn Farm Sim, you could do worse than Silver Run Forest. Okay, so that's the first part of our haymaking empire right here, is this mower. We're still picking up the brush hog. Because like I say, on the first pass through, I'm gonna hit it with the brush hog and keep our good mower, i.e. this mower, from getting all beaten up by cutting, you know, rocks and trees and rocks and shit. Brush hogs are pretty simple machines. They're basically a big whirling axe attached to an axle. Now, does this thing slide in here nice as pie? Or is this going to have to live outside for a little while? It's mighty tight. I don't think it's going to go. No, it ain't going to go. All right. Well, until we get a bigger place, we're going to just drop this in here, and I guess that means the barn, or the shed to the right, is going to be our haymaking empire. And our Q bucket will go right here. Like I say, I'll pick up the Kotak with Terrafarm on it later, Whoops, wrong one. There we go. But for now, I'm going to go with the quickie bucket. We're not going to be terraforming just yet. Okay, so what does that leave us back here? I think the bale spike and the water pump, or the slurry pump. That's going to be some more infrastructure that we have to deal with later on. And the reason that I picked up this bale spike was specifically because of the big bag handler, but also, let's see once I hook it up here, and go to the outside camera. Whenever we press X on the PC keyboard, folds up. Really nice piece of kit. It's actually, my favorite bale spike previously was the Fleming bale spike, but this is now my new favorite. Okay, back this out of here. Oh, we're gonna need the hose trailer eventually if we've got this thing. It's I don't have that mod loaded up. We'll get it later. We're not gonna need the slurry pump just yet. And we don't have anything that this attaches to either. Maybe I shouldn't have bought this. Maybe I'll end up having to mod that truck in the back there. I'll have a look at it. I'll see if I can put a manure system connector on the back of that thing over here. But for now, we're going to put this in our liquid handling area, which is right here. Okay, and our bale spikes can stay on. We're going to drive ourselves back to the store. How are we doing for money? $416,000. We're doing okay. So we've got a mower. Now we can build out the rest of our haymaking and baling equipment for now. Okay. We have a mower. We are going to need a tedder. And I'm going to start with, I'll grab the small one for now. Yeah, we'll grab the small one of these for now. I'm not going to do the Vermeer tedder. I'm not going to do the Vermeer tedder. I'm going to do the small Kubota. Okay. And if you're wondering, a lot of the equipment here that you're seeing is in the Kubota equipment pack, which is, I think, on the ModHub, if I remember correctly. We're going to go with the old Vermeer VR. Okay, we've got a tedder. We've got, this is what we're going to buy eventually. And then eventually this thing. That's a mean machine, that fella. And now we need a baler. And we're going to go with the old standby. Eventually, we're going to get that. So now we get to flip a coin between the Vermeer and the New Holland. I like the New Holland roll belt. And it is significantly cheaper. It's $14,000 that we can spend on something else. Let's get the New Holland. Yeah. These are pretty common. I'm using this on the Quebec map. I'm trying not to duplicate stuff between maps. It's fine. Okay. And it's all standard stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Silage special, eh? Okay. Okay, we're just going to go with the defaults. What's our wheel setups? Yeah, that looks familiar. What else we got? BKTs, Verdestein. Let's do that. Let's be a little bit different. Buy. Yes. Okay. So I promised we would talk about the rules. And I haven't talked about the rules. The one rule that I want to stick to is no loans, no financing. Or no loans, no leasing. If we can at all do it. I know that the enhanced loan system is fun to play with. But given the amount of productions that are available on this map and the potential to make stupid cash from there, I would rather not do that. I would rather just pay for what we buy, or pay for what we own. And I think we should be able to do that. 348,000, and we have a complete hay setup. We don't have a wrapper. But we don't really need a wrapper because we have a production for that, so we don't technically need a wrapper right now, and I'm good with that. Okay, so and eventually that's going to be one of the aspirational things, is we're going to try to work our way up to having the Kubota fast bale. And for the Kubota fast bale, really nice baler, wraps, you can just rock and roll with that thing. You need 200 horsepower. So that means we'll have to upgrade our tractor at some point, which is kind of the plan. You know, progression and upgrade, work towards stuff. Leveling up. There is no leveling system in Farm Sim. I'm a level 72 farmer. Oh, I remember that from World of Warcraft. The level grind. Oh my god. And then when you got to 72, it was like, oh, now I've got to level through all of the raids. It was a constant level grind. But anyway, whatever. We're not playing World of Warcraft. Although apparently there's people out there that are still streaming and watching World of Warcraft. I dropped into Twitch the other day for watching one of my friends streaming Minecraft, and I wanted to drop in and see what they were up to. There's a pretty popular WoW stream out there, so, you know, good on Blizzard all of these years later, like 20-some years later, and that game is still going. I guess that's what you call durability. Okay, so we've decided that we're not going to buy a bale wrapper just yet. And I'm not sure, we don't need to worry about a forage wagon just yet either. No, we don't need to worry about a forage wagon. We're going to be running mostly bales. I don't need to worry about animal feeding equipment just yet. We are going to need a straw blower though. Okay, don't take out the roof. We are going to need a straw blower. And I think I'm going to grab the McHale one. It's a trailer. It's either the McHale or the Anderson Pro Chop. I don't know. Have you seen me use the... Yeah, you've seen me use the Anderson Pro Chop on Green Mountain. Nice chopper. The McHale one is a little bit smaller, so I'm sort of thinking about that. I've got it on one of my Quebec test saves. Okay. But I think it is something that we ought to do pretty much right off for the pigs anyway, is get the pigs set up with their stuff. And I suppose that means we're going to have to bale that straw up. We're still on day one. We're still on day one. And we're at speed 5 here. Okay, and this is going to slide right in here. And I suppose I could have taken all that stuff back to the store and repaired it, but I'm good. Okay. Okay, so this is our haymaking setup here. Pretty basic, but pretty good to go. All right. I'll figure out the straw thing. Yeah, let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Do I even have the Anderson Pro Chop alternative one listed on here? Ooh, what's this? It's a grapple bucket. Don't get over yourself. There, if we want a New Holland. Okay, it's a grapple bucket. Oh, and there's the other one that I wanted. Why is that? No wonder I was looking for these. These are listed as Farm Sim 19 mods that I picked up from King Mods. That's so weird. Eventually we'll grab that, probably. Oh, there's the Pro Chop Universal. I'll tell you what, we're still on day one here. We've got a ways to go yet. And I'm going to take the decision away from you because this McHale is $6,500, half the price of that Anderson by far. Buy that. And this is going to live down at the other place. So we've got that. We're going to need a fertilizer spreader. We're doing this one here, the VS 1350. And let's put the new decal on it. Tractor size M. Tractor size M is what we have, and our main color. Oh yeah, that's been out in the sun. Black. Orange. Orange. Yeah, okay, that's good. This is a 42 meter spread. And I've gone into it and I've adjusted the application rate. So it now has the same rate of application as the 6-ton wheeled lime spreader from 82 Studios. Oh, I took it off. Okay. Eventually we're going to upgrade to this thing, probably. Or this thing. Probably that thing. But you need more weight for your tractor than I've got. Although horsepower-wise, what's the horsepower rise? Doesn't say. All right. Anyway, carrying on. We need, of all things that we need a plow. And we are not going to get the Kubota plow at $36,000. We're going to get the Salford 4204. This is a nice little plow. This will do us just fine. I found that on a sketchy mod site somewhere. Don't ask me what. Okay, we've got a plow, cultivator, and we've got a disc. I want to have another look at this. I tried it on a test save and I couldn't get it to open or close, and we do need a harrow, a spike tooth harrow. Oh, that's kind of nice looking. Red. Black. Green. Yellow. Black. Okay, are we going to throw the tires on there? What's the difference between a harrow and a seeding harrow? I wonder. Oh, I bet you this functions as a roller to prepare your seed bed, which I don't know. I think we are going to go with a traditional harrow. We want the tires on it? Nah. Additional chain holders. Yeah. Nah. All right. Okay, so this will be our step. Depends on how we want to do it. You know what? $1,500. Let's buy it and play with it. This is a fun playthrough. Don't agonize over it too much. And oh yeah, the power harrow. That was, well, we have our disc harrow. We've got the Joker here. We could do that. We could trade in on that. It does have a seedbed roller on the back of it. Let's look at our Joker. I think it has that as well. Yes. Yeah. You know what? One's orange, one's red. Okay. We'll stick with the Joker. Unless it's a cash thing. So 20 grand for the Joker. We could get 20 grand for the Joker if we sell it. We would make $1,000 on that deal. We would lose a meter of working width. Let's stick with the Joker. Yeah, let's stick with the Joker. If you think I made a bad call on that, let me know. Now, for a power harrow, we're still in the 3 meter club. This looks like it should have a PTO out to connect to something else, but I think it does on something else. We are we going to pick this up? I'm just thinking what we've got. Got a plow. We've got a disc harrow. We don't really super need this right now for our application. We've got a spader, so we don't need the subsoiler. Okay. Let's save some cash for buying land. We'll pick that up down the road. Subsoiler, the one that we are going to pick up is this one. It's a 3 meter subsoiler, and this will clip on to the front of a big seeder. You'll see, we don't need it right now, but that's what we are going to get. 500 horsepower. I don't even know why I have these things in here. I'll just take those off the list. Same thing with that. There's no way we're not going up to 280 horsepower on this map. No way. Okay, so seeder and planter. Seeder, we're getting in the Kubota. We're going to start with this one here, and we're going to work up towards this one here. Both of these, I've modified them so that they are direct drill. Okay. They don't come like that out of the box. It's a pretty simple change to make. If you want to see how to make the change, let me know. We're going to add some disc markers and we're going to put a cover on the thing so it doesn't get all banged up. And we're going to do capacity 1250 because that ought to cover pretty much our biggest field. 60 horsepower. We're good. Okay. And then for planters, we're going to go with the Kubota again. We're staying with Team Orange. With the new decals. 154 bushels. I don't know what that is in liters, but it's 38. I don't know if that's unrealistic or realistic, but for $2,000, we're going to go for it. And I can't remember, does this thing do fertilizer? Well, yeah, it does. Our seeder does not, but this thing does. So there's our planter taken care of. Okay. Now the only thing left to pick up in our adventure here is a roller. I have, there's the Brillium that I used on New Brunswick. The New Brunswick one. The vegetable farm. I'm completely blanking out on it right now. And I think I've used that Brilliant on every map that I've played. Besides that. And the reason I use that Brilliant is because it works and it's vaguely American looking-ish. Okay. Alright, so there's our McHale chopper. I'm just going to haul this out of here. Back down to the staging area, and this is going to go to, it's going to go live at the sheep barn, I think, or no, at the cow barn. Yeah, going to live at the cow barn. I can keep it undercover there. How are we doing? 263,000. It's not bad, not bad. And we have replaced pretty much all of our gear and come out a little bit ahead on stuff. Some of these things were probably unnecessary, like that Harrow set, but they were cheap. Like they were only $1,500. All right, we'll drop this here because this is going out again. And we're going to set up our planter stuff right there. I said we were keeping that tank because we're keeping that tank. It's modded. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's got some additional fill types on it that will come in handy once we start doing the productions on here. So we're going to sit on that. I'll see if I can stick a connector for a manure system on it though. Okay, let's get our two planters out of the way. Our planter and our seeder. We're going to put the seeder in the back. We're on a crop calendar. The only thing that we can plant right now are oilseed radish, grass, and alfalfa, and poplar, I believe. How would you feel about doing some poplar on this map? I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to do some sugarcane. And I've got the premium expansion on this map as well, so maybe we'll do that. This is heavy. This is heavy on the back end. It's bouncing the front off. So good thing we picked up the 3-point on there. It's probably going to be used as a weight holder more than anything else. Yeah, we're going right in there with that. Now, having done this a couple of times, I know that the seeder will sit right down in front of us with lots of room. I mean, we could terraform our way through that mountain. Also on the list is we take that harrow and we figure out how to paint it orange. Oh, you know what I forgot with our grassland stuff? I completely forgot about it till now. The thing that we're going to need first. Is we're going to need, where to go. We're going to need our brush hog. We'll get that in a minute. We could upgrade to this later on. That's also cool. This is cool. But this little Kubota 3.2 meter mower at 82 horsepower will clip onto the front of this tractor and be mighty nice to work with. And this here, when we upgrade to the M8, that's probably what we're going to do. Although, you know what? I bet you that brush hog would go on the front of this thing, too. Just for funsies, when we get back, we're going to drop the front loader clip, and we're going to see if we can grab that brush hog on the front of this thing. Because that would actually make it a lot easier to deal with in a lot of cases. Drop it down. Yeah, we're good. And in we go. And we're just going to go back here and we're going to unfold our tines. And right beside our house. Nope, we're going to unload the whole, we're going to take off the whole clip. Alright, and we're going to go back. I'm going to see if I can clip that front loader, or that brush hog on the front of this thing and how it looks and how it behaves. And if nothing else, it'll at least let us move two things at once, right? And I suppose we could throw a lime spreader on the front of the tractor, which might help with our counterweight issues. Yeah, we can grab two things at once here. There we go. So yeah, if you want to see how to change the spread rate on this thing, let me know down in the comments below. It'll take 5 minutes. It's literally changing one line in the XML. Is that going to go? Haha, it does. Only thing is our decal's backwards now. That's alright. This is the, I believe, the lizard brush hog. It's from the ModHub. I stuck the decal on there just because I thought it looked cool. I know there isn't an actual Kubota brand one that looks like this, but, you know, someday there will be. I noticed there's actually not a lot of people that are doing Kubota mods, and I don't know why that is, because it's a pretty popular brand, which is why I picked it for this build. Okay, can we stick this? Yeah, we can stick that in front of our tether. And then we can just kind of arch back around in here. And we're just going to drop this right here. Eventually we're going to have store our big bags and whatever. But for now, that's going to be where that lives. How are we doing for space? We're definitely filling up the bays. We've got a little bit of space left in our cultivator area over here. And we're still doing okay for cash. We would have enough to buy a couple of fields. We're running a little bit long on time, so I'll put the appeal out to you. What should we do? Should we buy the trailer park, or should we buy the fields that are near the house here? Let me know in the comments below. Also, welcome to y'all, new subscribers. Good to see ya. If you like what we're doing, leave us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what we're doing right. If you have any suggestions for what you want to see on this build, let me know. If you have any questions about mods and the mods that we're using, I'm not going to publish a full mod list. mostly because I just don't have the technology to do it. But if you have questions about a specific mod that I'm using on this build, ask me down in the comments, and I will do my best to answer you and tell you where I found it. That's the best thing to do. Also, we have a Discord. That's another way. If you want to come and stop by and say hi, stop by on our Discord. I'll leave a link down in the description. All right, now this thing is a little bit weird to back up because it's got it doesn't back up like you can't jack it completely sideways, but it does pivot just a little bit. Okay, there we go. And our harrows, those can live outside. We're starting to look like a farm here. I'm just trying to think what we need. Oh yeah, the last two things that we need to replace are the Bachmann trailer and our dump trailer. Now, I have a mod that I want to use later on for the dump trailer because it's big, it's $50,000, but it's really cool looking. But I'm not going to do that just yet. That's going to be something we build towards. So we're going to have fun. We're going to play the game. Actually, just for funsies, let's see what this looks like. Oh, look at that. $1,500. Look at that model. That's amazing. Okay, so we got to figure out... I like this already. We got to figure out how to paint it orange. Pick up a can of orange spray bomb and we're good to go. All right. That's cool. I mean, it's a little bit unrealistic that, those are hanging up there like that when they're folded, but whatever. I'm not going to nitpick too much just because that is, well done, modder, whoever you are. Well done. That's seriously impressive. All right, and we'll back this in front of our spader that we didn't intend to get. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. We got a little bit more room. I also didn't intend to pick up those harrows either. All right, so we're going to park our tractor. Where are we going to park our tractor? Let's park the tractor in here over by the house. And we'll put our front loader clip back on in a little bit. But I think for now, we are done with the tractor. We just need two more things to pick up to replace the Bachmann and the dump trailer. And to do that, the first one we're going to replace it with in trailers, I believe it is. Not yet, but eventually. Maybe. Is we're going to go with the small flatbed auto load. This is always a good pick, especially for a small farm. What color is it? Oh, lots of colors. Do we want an orange one? That's very orange. That's sort of cool looking. Stainless. Also kind of cool looking. Okay, let's go with stainless. Front toolbox. Does that take up? How much space does that take up? Does it change the weight on it? No, it's not openable. Trelleborg, lizard. Yeah, okay. Let's do the Nokians. Body configuration. There's a whole bunch of body configurations. You've seen me use this. I've used this on Green Mountain. Yeah. And we do technically need a license plate on here. West Virginia. Thanks for doing that. Buy this. Okay, so that's our flat deck trailer / bale loader. These guys are cool. There's a little bit of an issue with this one in that you have to unload through the grain door. Other than that, looks good, plays good. This is the one we're going to upgrade to, the Canadian Penta. Or maybe I'll save that for the Quebec build. We'll see. So we're done in here, and later on, when we get a tractor trailer... Oh, I don't have the RTAX trailer in here. Okay. Whatever, doesn't matter. Deal with it later on. Last thing is replacing that dump trailer, and you'll notice I'm not in trailers. This is a bargain for $8,000. We're going to put a pintle hitch on the back there. This is our dump trailer, 340 bushels. It's not as much as that dump trailer, but it's way more flexible than the dump trailer. Landscaper white. Race red. I kind of like the red. Doesn't cost anything. Let's look at ruby red. Yeah, ruby red. That's the one. All right. Buy it. Yes. Okay. And we take the jog one more time back up over the hill. We're getting our cardio in today, that's for sure. I think the advantage to setting up like this right off the get-go is if we had gone over to the sheep farm, we would have been trucking. This would have taken 6 times as long because we would have been trucking halfway, back and forth halfway across the map. All right, here we go. Automatic. And look for the inside. Look at the inside. This is a mighty nice looking interior. Again, I think I got this Northwest Mods and Edits, but I can't remember for sure. So we're going to look backwards. Inside is off. And that's it. Got it? We got it. All set for landscaping. All we need is a lawnmower. Actually, we should pick up a lawnmower for... I know, I pick up a lawnmower for everything, don't I? But we should pick up a lawnmower for over at... Well, once we get into compost. Once we get into doing compost over there. Okay, so here we are. We don't have a traveling truck, but you know what? This thing will do. And honestly, I've never used a pickup truck on a farm sim game. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing. It's an RP thing. So here we are. Got a truck, got a blower, got a tractor, got a whack of implements. Actually, a couple of little quality of life things that need to go in here first. And we're just going to super strength that out of the way and set it right about here. First thing that we're going to put in, quality of life wise, is I think it's down here. Yeah, the tap. Tap is going to go right here. Okay, so we've got a water fill point. And this thing here, I made this. I'm rather proud of it. It's basically, if you've played the Fieldwork Fill Station, or if you've used the Fieldwork Fill Station, pretty much the same thing. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space. Let's go like... let's go like that. Put that there. Yeah, we can get in under there. Good. If you've used the Fieldwork Fill Station, it's effectively the same thing. It's a little bit smaller. It's 100 bushels. 100 bushel poly bin. It's made of polyurethane, all plastic, nothing to rust. The legs are metal though. It's based on a real life thing that's made in Manitoba or Saskatchewan. And it's got a fitting for manure system on the side. I'm not sure why, I just stuck it there. I wanted to see if I could do it. So this is it. This is our starting farm. This is our setup. We'll need some hoses for that once we start getting into it. I'm going to see if I can stick a coupling onto the back of this so that it's manure system compatible. Color's okay on it. We'll deal with the forestry equipment later, like I said. And yeah, there we go. All right. So that about wraps it up. We're still on day one. We're at the end of day one, but we're still there. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. I know I've said that a couple of times already. And we'll catch you next time. Take care of yourselves, y'all.